The episode opens with Fionna and Huntress Wizard inside Fionna's mind. Huntress explains they're searching for something that connects Fionna to the green magic of her world. Without warning, Fionna places her hands into Huntress Wizard's head instead. Fionna finds herself standing before a burning house, the same home where Huntress Wizard once lived with her adoptive parents. She hears crying. A younger Huntress Wizard is banging desperately on the locked door, sobbing that she'll never get home and won't be able to save Finn. Fionna approaches her, telling her she is sorry and admitting that everything just sucks. Then she hugs her. As Fionna flashes through memories of her bond with Huntress, the fire disappears, the door opens, from inside emerges the heart. The young Huntress thought the path to the heart would be inside Fionna, but it was actually buried within her own inner despair, her inner mope. She raises her knife, apologizing as she prepares to strike the heart, but she can't do it. Instead, the heart leans forward and kisses her. Huntress then transforms into her adult self. The heart licks away her tears and a portal opens. She tells Fionna this is her exit and says goodbye, but Fionna jumps in after her. Back in the park, Cake wakes from exhaustion just in time to see Huntress's hands still embedded in Fionna's head as a glowing pink portal opens behind them, expanding, and Cake gets pulled in. Fionna and Huntress emerge in a strange new realm filled with floating red orbs. Cake also shows up in this realm and realizes Fionna has fallen to another level. She stretches her body in desperation to save them both. Huntress and Cake hold onto red orbs and start falling. Cake shouts that she has to be brave for Fionna. That's when a massive karmic worm, ready to swallow a paintball, shows up, but as it sees Cake, it kicks her aside, sending her flying. Fionna crashes straight into an alien, but Fern saves her. Fern explains that he used to be Finn's doppelganger. He remembers dying in Oo, but his consciousness woke up here. He tried to be Finn, wanted Finn's life, his things, but failed. Now he is something else entirely. He leads Fionna to a special place, not exactly his garden, but something deeply meaningful to him. Fionna touches one of the red orbs and sees Finn inside it. Another shows Huntress playing games with Finn and Bimo. Another shows Finn screaming Jake's name. Fern stops her before she can see more, warning her she doesn't want to know. Finn, he explains, is a sad fruit medley, and his paintballs won't float upward yet. He's not ready to process those feelings. Fionna realizes what this place is, everyone's unprocessed emotional junk. Elsewhere, Huntress continues through the realm. She encounters a frightened sap-like creature. Connecting to it with branches grown from her hands, she learns its name is Russell and sees a vision of its poisoned home. Huntress heals Russell, restoring its vitality. She promises to take him home. Cake encounters the karmic worm again and finally learns where they are, the undergrowth. The red orbs are paintballs, compressed thoughts people push down across the multiverse. The worm's job is to process them so they can eventually grow, lighten, and float back to their source. Cake asks if the worm is really eating pain. The worm explains that when the pain is ready, it cycles back, sometimes more than once. Huntress sends Russell home and comes face to face with Witch Wizard. Witch Wizard reveals she's been guarding buried magic for years when she could have been consuming the greenest magic of all. She reveals the glass vial Huntress dropped, the cure meant for Finn, and deliberately drops it, laughing as the stolen magic overtakes her. Remembering Finn dying, Huntress attacks. Witch Wizard fires arrows, severing Huntress's limbs, but Huntress regenerates them. Witch Wizard grows more powerful, declaring herself a god of this realm. Huntress restrains her, shouting that the stolen magic is devouring her, but Witch Wizard refuses to stop. Back with Fern, Fionna keeps touching paintballs despite his warnings. She sees Gary feeding his parents while denying himself food. She sees Venus Cosmic's hidden message to Alice, finally hearing the truth, go beyond the end of the peach. She sees Marshall being scolded by his mother Hannah and feels his pain. She sees Hunter speaking about her after Fionna skipped their meeting, admitting they wished Fionna would get her shit together. Fionna is shaken. She's never heard them talk like that before. Ignoring Fern completely, she touches another orb and sees her own childhood, a silent girl playing with cats while adults outside the door call her a stray. Fionna collapses sobbing, telling Fern that all she does is hurt everyone around her. The karmic worm tells Cake that despite everything, he has come to love the undergrowth. The only thing he misses is being around other deities, and he asks Cake if she's a goddess. goddess, Cake laughs it off. She doesn't feel like a goddess, she feels like a freak. She explains that she can stretch into anything, but none of it feels right. The karmic worm tells her there is no shame in that feeling. The undergrowth exists so thoughts can transform, not just to change, but to reveal what stays the same underneath. He explains that thoughts and identities may cycle through countless forms, but each transformation is another chance to understand who you really are. He admits how lucky it feels that Cake landed in his life. The karmic worm begins to sing about transformation, darkness, warmth, trial, error, joy, and terror. Cake sings about feeling like she's changed the wrong way, about disappointing expectations, and feeling like transformation is closer to mutation. She admits she doesn't know who she's changing for, and wonders if she'll ever understand what the darkness and warmth are really for. Fern leads Fionna through the sludge-filled terrain. He brings her to the karmic worm and Cake, who are sitting inside the pizza box. Fionna and Cake rush into each other's arms. When Fionna asks if the worm is Cake's friend, Cake says she's going to love him too, describing him as someone who is good at therapy. The karmic worm offers Fionna tea and encourages her to take a moment. She's come a long way. Fionna admires the pizza box they're sitting in, calling it beautiful. The worm admits he would love to stay longer, but he has responsibilities tending to the undergrowth. He also reveals that this place is a prison sentence. He explains that he and his brother were punished long ago. The worm was banished to the undergrowth, but his brother's punishment was far worse. The worm confesses he hasn't been able to bring himself to eat his brother's regrets. That's when Fionna touches a blue orb inside the pizza box. Inside is Cosmic Owl crying. The truth hits them. The karmic worm is Cosmic Owl's brother. When the worm asks how his brother is doing, Cake breaks the news. Cosmic Owl is dead. All that's left is this regret, trapped inside the orb. The worm is devastated, realizing that if he processes the pain now, he will vanish forever. Still, encouraged by Cake and Fionna, the worm finally breaks the orb, it cracks open, and Cosmic Owl is freed. Cosmic Owl is stunned to see his brother again. He apologizes, admitting he never meant for things to go so wrong. The karmic worm tells him he forgave him thousands of years ago and has seen how much he suffered. Their work isn't finished though. Cosmic Owl admits he can't take the guilt anymore. The worm reassures him that regret is okay and that he'll always be there, waiting for him to be whole. Cosmic Owl then opens a portal to the Hall of Judgment. In the hall, Orbo confronts an unconscious poisoned Finn, accusing him of silence as his body weakens. Cosmic Owl's corpse lies nearby as preparations continue to punish his supposed killer. Suddenly, Cosmic Owl's body ignites in flames. His spirit rises. He declares a mistrial, revealing that he allowed himself to be killed on purpose. He demands Finn's release. Orbo reluctantly agrees, but warns that things will return to normal now that Cosmic Owl is back. Cosmic Owl refuses. He quits on the spot and escapes through a portal, leaving Orbo furious behind him. Back in the undergrowth, the karmic worm reflects on the meeting with pride and love. Knowing his brother's guilt could finally be lifted means everything to him. Fionna, however, is spiraling. She admits she messed everything up, but Cake reminds her that even if things aren't okay yet, it's not too late to make them right. That's when Huntress Wizard arrives, dragging an unconscious witch wizard with her. The karmic worm carries Fionna, Cake, Fern, and Huntress on his back. Huntress tells Fionna it's time for her to go home. When Fionna asks about Finn, Huntress admits she lost the cure, but believes it's for the best. She'll find another way, a better one. Cake decides to stay behind, not forever, but long enough to see what the undergrowth has to teach her, and maybe get to know the karmic worm a little better. Fionna understands. They promise each other they'll still ride or die. The three share one last group hug. Huntress thanks them and tells Fionna something she needs to hear. She isn't a broken tool, she's really great. With encouragement from everyone and reassurance from the worm that it's okay to be nervous, Fionna steps through the portal alone. Witch Wizard screams in panic as Huntress takes her away, terrified of losing her power and becoming nobody. Huntress tells her she'll have to learn how to be somebody again. In Oo, the princesses gather around Finn. He's back from the Hall of Judgment but barely alive. His organs are failing, and Princess Bubblegum admits the truth. There is no other choice. They have to call Finn's mom. Huntress prepares to go through the portal back to Oo with Witch Wizard, telling Finn to hang on, but then the crystal that opens the portal shatters. She screams in shock and the episode ends.